Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Smalls from Mrs. Smalls Tries It All, the channel where I'm Mrs. Smalls Tries a little bit everything and shares with you how it's done. So I'm trying to, do a little bit better. Like I said, I've been having trouble with consistently posting, and I'm gonna be honest, the main reason is that it's not that I haven't been making content, because I have. It's just that I didn't like what I made. So it was like I made it and I had it, and it was like, I'm not sharing this with the world. Like, I don't want to share this with the world. I don't want the world to see that. I'm trying to get my lighting right because of the glare. But, we'll live. I have eyes. So it was like, I didn't like what the content was looking like. For starters, when I would do the other videos that I made, that I was like telling my little teacher tales and stuff like that, and I'll get back to that because it is what it is. I'm just get over it and call it a day. When I was telling my teacher's tales, I felt like I looked robotic. Like, I felt like I was looking like a robot and just trying to, when I'm really telling these real stories that were meaningful to me, that I thought were funny, that I thought were cute, but they looked, I don't know, they looked robotic to me, and I didn't like how that looked. That's one. Two, I was trying to do a tutorial, and when I tell you, I spent hours recording this tutorial because I was making a sweater. And for those of you who crochet or knit or anything like that, or even sew for that matter, but particularly crochet and knit, when you're doing something like that, those things take time, hours. And I was making a pullover sweater, or jumper as they would call them in the UK. I was making a pullover, and it took hours, and I was recording and I was doing all that, and it was dumb. Okay, I hated how the video came out. I had a stand. I bought a new stand to do it. I realized the stand, like mid sweater, that it had like a different feature where I can kind of like adjust it and lift it up and do all that stuff. And so by the time I figured that out, and I tried to change it to blend it in with the camera quality went dumb. The video didn't blend together. I didn't have the full sweater inside the thing, so like inside the frame, so it was like I had to, it was stupid. I will show you how crazy it looks, and I'll post that as well. I'll post it just to show you how dumb it was. I'll try better the next time. Now, in terms of like crocheting tutorials, yes, I do have my beginning crochet tutorials, like the magic ring, the single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet. You guys could go in and start with that. When I figure this out with the making stuff, then we'll be there. So it was those things that kind of had me to the point where it was like, I don't want to do this. I don't know how good this is going to be. Who wants to watch? Who wants to do, blah, blah, blah. And then I had to have a moment where I stepped back, and I'm thinking, and I'm saying this for everybody, not just me, but for everybody. Everybody has their something. Everybody has their tribe. Everybody has something that someone else could see and be like, "Oh, I like this. This is interesting. This is cool." And it's like, why can't that be you? And why can't that be me? Right? My thing is, and also I had to think about what my brand was. I'll talk about that later. My thing is, I have always been one to, like, I'm always trying something, right? And my friends know it, everybody know where it's like, girl, you always doing something. And so for me, my channel is based on me always doing something. If I could build a house, I would, right? If I could build the extension in my house that I have right now, because I like my little house, I freaking would. I would, no doubt. If I could fix my car and like trust that, I'm fixing it and I'm all right, and I had the right tools to do it, I would. My husband and I, we built our bed, right? Pretty much directed by me because I was so determined to do it. I sew on the, when I have a moment. I crochet. Every so often I feel the need to like paint. I garden. That's where the chickens came into play as well. If I could live on a micro farm, I would. I'm just one of those people where like in my brain, I always have something like going, and I always want to try and do something. Like I just can't, I can't not figure out something I can't not do. So like, I would, every so often it'll come upon me to write stories and write novels, not novels, scratch that, short stories. And I, you know, when I feel the need, I'll write. When I feel the need, I'll paint. When I feel the need, I'll do. And so I wanted to create a channel around those things. That's why it's called Mrs. Smalls Tries It All. And I know I'm not the only one out there that's like that. And so I wanted to try the Mrs. Smalls Tries It All so that I could share with you my wins and my losses, because I've tried some things where it was like whack. That video, that thing on tutorial with the sweater was one of them. Whack. And so I wanted to be able to share that, right? But because it wasn't looking the way I wanted it to look, I was getting discouraged. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do it. Who gonna watch this? It's gonna look dumb. People talk crap about. But the thing is, people gonna talk crap regardless, right? Just because I'm doing it, you know, somebody's gonna talk crap, because that's just how it is, right? So I say all this to say, and I really, you know, maybe this is the teacher in me. Everybody has their something. Everybody has their something. Everybody's something does not have to do with art, you know, so it doesn't have to be like, you know, some people might say, well, I don't know how to paint, or, you know, like even hair, like I do hair. I was one of those girls that, you know, braided hair for people in the neighborhood, you know, especially like adults. I would have like adults, who hair that I've done as a kid, right? I had a couple people as a child who would trust me to do their hair and liked it, and would hire me, you know, more than once to do it. That's always been me. So I've done my hair, I do my nails. I got little fake nails now, but you know, it is what it is. I do my hair all the time. I do my nails. I do my facials. I'll do my, you know, pedicures. All those things I do. I'm just one of those people. I just do it. I don't want to say do it all, but it's like, it's just in me to do these things. I'm not saying it's not nice to go and get your hair done. I'm not saying that, right? I do have problems trusting people with my hair, but like getting a pedicure every now and again, getting a manicure every now and then, that's perfect. Getting a facial every now and then, that's wonderful. You're supposed to get pampered every now and then. However, I was just one of those people that just had to try and do, and it was like, oh, I could save money. You know, that's just me. That's how I roll. Everybody doesn't have that something. Everybody's something doesn't have to be artistic, like I said, with painting or writing books or everybody don't have to have that, but everyone has something. And I do think that it's important that we share our something with the world, right? And so because of me thinking that, I went back and was like, okay, maybe it's time for me to start back up again and be more consistent and stop worrying about what it's going to look like, what somebody going to say because I said this wrong, or I did this, or I didn't do it right. I mean, that's the whole thing of trying it all, right? Or because, you know, I don't know, just stupid stuff I don't know what people be thinking. But I do know what the heck I be thinking. And so, with that being said, everybody got their something. Share it with the world. Right now, we are in a place where fortunately, we still have YouTube. YouTube being a free platform where you can go and share your thing with the world. I mean, not for nothing, I'm not knocking nobody's thing. I feel like, hey, you were able to figure out how to do it and do you and be happy with it, knock yourself out. You know, but we got people who are, you know, the ASMR. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it works and how, you know, people like the sounds and the clicking and the clacking and stuff, but that they like it, right? And people have been successful sharing it, right? They love it. They like doing it. People like watching it, and it's their thing. So it's like, if somebody could go off on making sounds and they, you know, successful and they blow up on making sounds, then why can't you blow up on telling your stories? Why can't you blow up on showing people the best way to clean things or get organized? You got some people that are super organized, and I need you in my life. Super organizers. Why can't you get on and show people like tips on how to do that? You know, everybody has their something. Super cleaners know how to get stains out of rocks. Okay. Why can't you show that? Right. So I do encourage everybody, find your thing. And if you don't know what your thing is, experiment, try different things. That's probably what's wrong with me. I'm still trying to find my thing. You know, I have several things. So, you know, take your time out, explore, get on YouTube, try the different things, see what thing fits you best. Your thing might be trying different things, right? But everybody has something. Everybody has something. So I do encourage everybody, especially now, like I said, YouTube is free. Even if it's just you and your family, you know, or you have, you know, 2 followers, right? You found 2 people that's down with you, right? And so as usual, guys, you know, please like, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.